Meghan Markle may wear costly and expensive designer outfits, but many of the brands she gets these clothes from seem to want nothing to do with her. We're going through 13 reasons why major fashion brands don't want anything to do with Meghan Markle. And make sure you stay until number 12 because that one reveals the real reason many brands continue to ignore her. If controversy ever decided to take human form, many people would say it would arrive looking exactly like Meghan Markle. During an interview with fashion expert Georgina Ramazzotti, she explained why Meghan rarely wears clothing from major luxury houses such as Dior, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, and other prestigious fashion brands. According to Georgina, these brands are extremely protective of their image and reputation. She explained that luxury brands are careful about who they associate with, and lending clothing to controversial figures can be risky. In her view, securing free designer pieces from these brands when they don't fully trust your public image is like trying to get blood from a stone. Why wouldn't fashion brands run from you when you're constantly asking them for free clothes? There have been claims that Meghan reached out to major fashion houses including Chanel, Dior, and Valentino through her stylist and PR representatives. Instead of making inquiries about future partnerships, the conversation allegedly turned into requests for free clothing loans.
How tacky that is to even ask. There have been celebrities that have asked, for sure. A lot of times we would say, in the past, we would say, this is an original sample. It's one of a kind. We're happy to send you when it out in the world. We'll gift it to you. I've seen this all, and the reality is she's not important enough for any designer to be like, here, take my original samples for your.
Fashion houses were reportedly not impressed. Some insiders suggested that designers didn't want to become part of a public image rehabilitation campaign. One designer allegedly described it as a bad look for someone trying to rebuild her image. Even within fashion circles, Meghan reportedly earned the nickname the Duchess of Discount. Anna Wintour has been one of fashion's most powerful figures for decades, and tensions reportedly emerged over Meghan's desire for editorial control. In September 2022, Meghan was expected to appear on the cover of British Vogue. To Meghan, this would have been a major achievement. However, disagreements allegedly arose regarding how much control Meghan and her team wanted over the feature. Anna Wintour reportedly wasn't willing to surrender editorial authority, and eventually the planned cover was abandoned.
But just quickly, Meghan Markle, apparently her attempt to get on the cover of Vogue has failed due to her long list of demands.
The situation sparked plenty of discussion within fashion circles. One fashion editor reportedly stated that Vogue would never hand over the level of control Meghan allegedly wanted, and that issue remains one of the reasons she is unlikely to appear on the magazine's cover. When Dior saw that Harry and Meghan had parted ways with royal duties, the company didn't make any dramatic announcement. Instead, it simply moved on. There were reports that Meghan and Harry were hoping to build a relationship with the fashion house, but Dior eventually shifted its attention toward other members of the royal family. There were even rumors that Dior had sponsored Meghan, but the brand was quick to shut down the rumors.
Dior says this is not true. They have no idea where this came from. And as I told you and your producers...
I bet it came from Meghan's team. I bet you anything it came from Meghan's team. Come on.
A Dior spokesperson later stated that there had been no contract negotiations or recent contact with Meghan Markle, despite widespread reports of a deal worth millions. To make matters worse, the actress who portrayed Diana in The Crown was later announced as a face associated with the brand. That was a surprising development for both the public and the Sussexes. No major fashion brand likes working with someone who appears desperate for attention. When Meghan attended a fashion show during Paris Fashion Week in October 2025, designer Pierpaolo Piccioli reportedly revealed something quite surprising. According to him, Meghan herself reached out expressing interest in attending the show. In other words, the invitation wasn't initiated by them, it came from her side. That revelation raised eyebrows because if someone with Meghan's profile has to ask to attend, it says quite a lot about where she currently stands in the fashion world.
It's been revealed that Meghan Markle actually invited herself to this Paris Fashion Week show earlier this month. Now, the Balenciaga designer has claimed that she reached out and she said she would love to come to the show. I mean, Andrew, reading this, it does not surprise me.
When it comes to brand associations, Meghan doesn't always seem careful. Her appearance at a Balenciaga event drew criticism because the brand had previously faced major controversy in 2022 over advertising campaigns involving children and highly inappropriate imagery. As a result, many people questioned why someone who frequently speaks about child welfare would associate herself with a brand that had faced such backlash. Some even nicknamed her the Duchess of Hypocrisy.
Slamming Meghan for this, calling her the Duchess of Hypocrisy for attending Balenciaga's show, seeing as there was a lot of controversy around this brand and an ad that was seen as quite creepy that involved children.
That's right. So the ads were very creepy. They were offensive, actually, more than creepy, I think. And they were children posing with teddy bears in bondage gear. And Balenciaga's brand was in the toilet almost overnight, really.
Ironically, Meghan's own lifestyle brand can't even sell clothing under its current name. When Meghan rebranded American Riviera Orchard as Ever, she reportedly ran into a trademark problem. U.S. trademark officials found that the name was too similar to an existing clothing brand called As Ever. As a result, clothing had to be removed from the trademark application. In simple terms, As Ever can sell things like food products, home goods, and lifestyle items, but it cannot legally market clothing under the As Ever name without risking a trademark dispute.
More trouble for Meghan Markle launching her lifestyle brand. As Allison Hall reports, the new name she's chosen is already in use.
There is major fallout over the new name Meghan Markle has picked for her lifestyle brand.
And it's called As Ever. As Ever essentially means as it's always been. Of course, there will be fruit preserves. I think we're all clear at this point that jam is my jam.
But there's a big problem. Turns out As Ever is already taken.
For a woman who considers herself a fashion icon, it's an awkward setback. While luxury brands carefully protect their trademarks, Meghan's own brand ended up facing the very kind of legal obstacle that major fashion houses try to avoid. Magazine editors generally don't appreciate celebrities trying to dictate every aspect of a publication. There have been claims that Meghan attempted to exert significant editorial influence over a Harper's Bazaar feature. There were also claims that she asked to be announced as the Duchess of Sussex to a room full of just 2 people.
I cannot believe it. So she's stunned fans, revealing a new Harper's Bazaar interview after a surprising behind-the-scenes detail about her conduct sent the internet into overdrive. So that even if there were only 2 people in the room, that Meghan Markle needed to be formally announced, formally welcomed. I mean, that's extraordinary.
Some observers felt the final article read more like a carefully managed promotional piece than a traditional profile. Within fashion circles, the piece was widely discussed, with many believing Meghan's influence could be seen throughout the entire article. Fashion brands love stability, influence, and positive publicity. The contrast between Catherine and Meghan has become difficult for brands to ignore.
Ruby and diamond pendant and earrings, first noted in 2017, probably from some royal collection. You know what I'm saying? When she goes out there with that jewelry on, you know it's been passed through generation and generation and generation, honey. Got to keep that stuff under lock and key. But Catherine, I love to see her doing meaningful work. And when you juxtapose this to what's going on in California with Harry and Meghan, there's just such light and day, right? There's just such a stark contrast.
While Meghan reportedly struggled to secure certain luxury partnerships, Catherine's appearances consistently generate enormous media value. Her outfits regularly sell out, attract positive headlines, and generate millions in publicity without controversy attached. For fashion houses, that's an easy decision. Fashion houses loan out thousands of dollars worth of gowns, accessories, and samples every year. The expectation is simple: wear them and return them. However, There have long been stories suggesting Meghan has sometimes held on to borrowed items longer than expected. One example frequently discussed involves a green dress that later resurfaced after previously being used during another photo shoot. Whether true or not, these stories have contributed to an image that makes brands nervous. As one designer allegedly put it, "It's not outright stealing, but it breaks the unwritten rules."
Eagle-eyed viewers noticed this was the same green gown she wore during a 2022 photo shoot for Variety. And as sources told Page Six that Meghan allegedly took this gown, which retails for $1,695 US. Dee, she allegedly took the dress from the shoot without asking. Surely that can't.
The competition and challenges that come with running a fashion brand are already enormous. Adding royal drama to the mix would only create another major problem. For this reason, brands are often careful not to get involved in controversies that could damage their reputation or affect their profits. Meghan Markle is known for attracting controversy wherever she goes. Because of that, some brands may feel that partnering with her means they would not only be promoting her, but also becoming associated with the royal drama and public disputes that seem to follow her. Instead of taking that risk, many brands would rather avoid the situation entirely. Fashion houses spend years building their image, and they do not want their campaigns overshadowed by headlines about controversy. No company wants to spend millions promoting a product only for the conversation to shift away from the brand and toward personal drama. For many fashion companies, staying neutral is the safest option. Rather than choosing sides in royal disputes, they simply keep their distance. After all, no brand wants to work with someone who appears to carry controversy everywhere they go. Fashion is an industry that is here to stay, and it is not going anywhere anytime soon. Because of that, brands want ambassadors and representatives who have a proven track record of maintaining long-term partnerships. They do not want someone who is constantly in and out of deals. At the moment, that is how Meghan is perceived. Many of the major deals she has signed have not lasted very long. Her Spotify deal ended after just 1 season and 12 episodes.
What about Meghan and Harry? I see that Spotify have dumped, and I can't imagine why, because it was just such riveting audio.
Apparently it did rate well amongst some audiences, but...
I can tell you exactly who it would have rated well amongst, but yeah.
And her Netflix partnership has faced its own challenges. Because of this, some brands may see Meghan Markle as an unreliable choice for a long-term relationship. Her public image has changed so frequently over the years that companies have become cautious. From a brand's perspective, consistency is important, and they may worry that she could make it harder for them to maintain a stable and predictable public image. Fashion is a multi-billion-dollar industry built on relationships, trust, and reputation. Over the years, stories describing Meghan as difficult, demanding, and hard to work with have circulated repeatedly. There have also been allegations involving high staff turnover and workplace complaints, all of which her team has denied.
It appears to now be all-out war between Buckingham Palace and Meghan Markle. The palace today ordered an investigation into allegations the Duchess bullied staff back in 2018. And that was before more explosive claims were revealed from her tell-all interview with Oprah Winfrey, targeting what she's calling the firm.
Regardless of what is true and what isn't, luxury brands hate uncertainty. They don't want the risk of negative headlines, internal drama, or situations that could damage their carefully built image. For many fashion houses, the safest option is simply to stay away. There you have it, 13 reasons why major fashion brands appear reluctant to work with Meghan Markle. You tell me, if you had to promote your fashion brand, would you choose Meghan to be the face of your brand? Let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.